This is Radio Taiwan International. Welcome to the news on Radio Taiwan International. I'm Michelle Chang coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. We begin with a look at today's top stories for Friday, September 5th. Taiwan will be expanding AI and digital healthcare in a new 10 billion NT dollar program. New reciprocal tariff support measures have exceeded 700 applications so far. And a feature on RTI's exclusive interview with Chi Hong, the Chongqing warrior. But first, today's top story. President Lai Ching-te said Thursday that innovation in the biomedical sector is key to national competitiveness. He has instructed the National Development Council, or NDC, and the Economic Ministry to leverage policies such as the government's 10 billion NT dollar or $330 million smart healthcare and entrepreneurship program to encourage more companies to invest in research and development. Presiding over the fifth meeting of the Healthy Taiwan Promotion Committee, Lai emphasized that smart healthcare is a crucial part of building a healthier and happier Taiwan for all. At a press briefing later in the evening, Presidential Office spokesperson Karen Kuo relayed Lai's directives following reports presented at the meeting.
Through government-allocated funding of 10 billion NT dollars for the Smart Healthcare and Entrepreneurship Program, as well as tax incentive policies, we aim to encourage more companies to engage in innovative R&D, expand investment, and deepen Taiwan's connections with the international community.
Lai asks the Health Ministry, together with other ministries and local governments, to strengthen cooperation and review regulations to ensure smart technologies can be widely applied. Key areas include encouraging greater physical activity among citizens, improving international epidemic reporting, and expanding applications in long-term care services to enhance public health. The president said innovation in the biomedical industry remains a cornerstone of Taiwan's competitiveness. He urged the cabinet to step up cross-ministerial collaboration, provide stronger policy support, and refine the regulatory environment. These efforts would accelerate the introduction of new drugs and medical devices while also advancing emerging fields such as artificial intelligence and digital healthcare. Lai also called on the NDC and the Economic Ministry to introduce additional incentive policies to encourage greater private sector investment in smart healthcare. Over 700 applications have been received for the Economic Ministry's newly launched 4 major reciprocal tariff support measures. Following discussions with industry leaders this week, Economic Minister Gong Mingxin confirmed that the ministry will adopt industry opinions and review support measures. To mitigate the impact of U.S. reciprocal tariffs on industries, the 4 support measures include increased preferential guarantees for export loans, increased diversified development loans for small and medium-sized enterprises, R&D transformation subsidies, and efforts to secure overseas orders. These measures aim to help industries address capital constraints, enhance technological capabilities, and strengthen their overseas market presence. The Economic Ministry said that all 4 measures will be implemented with the principles of leniency, simplicity, and speed, with relaxed application requirements and simplified application documents. Since their implementation, over 700 applications have been submitted online or at physical counters. The subsequent review process will be conducted in groups, with relevant details taken into consideration. The approved subsidy amount for each application will be determined by the review committee as soon as possible. Gong embarked on a consultative tour after taking office this week, meeting with 7 major business groups and visiting central and southern Taiwan to discuss the current situation of various industries, including machinery, machine tools, woodworking machines, hardware, plastics, and fasteners. On August 29th, Chinese dissident Chi Hong remotely activated a projector from the United Kingdom, casting anti-communist slogans onto a high-rise in Chongqing University town. Online supporters hailed him as the Chongqing warrior. In an exclusive interview with Radio Taiwan International, Chi said the protest succeeded in sending a message but fell short of the perfect execution he had envisioned. Chi checked into a hotel near University Town on August 10th, concealing a projector and a surveillance camera. He tested the equipment for days, projecting harmless phrases onto nearby buildings before leaving China with his wife and daughters on August 20th. The next day, he arrived in the UK. On the night of August 29th, he remotely activated the devices, which recorded police as they raided the hotel room nearly an hour later. Inside, they found only the equipment and a handwritten letter urging them to awaken their conscience. Chi admitted there were elements he wished had been better. The font, he said, could have been larger. He had also planned to mount loudspeakers on the hotel's 6th-floor terrace to broadcast short speeches, but limited preparation time and concerns about being discovered forced him to abandon the idea. If I'd managed both, the impact could have been even more explosive, he said. The place I rented, below the 6th floor, it was a commercial complex. Above the 6th floor, it was residential. Here, it was apartments. On the other side, it was a commercial street, and on the side near the main road, there was a subway. This way, with sound, I could call people over from both sides." End quote. From scouting locations to assembling devices, Chi taught himself the skills. The projector was easy to master, he said, but etching slogans into glass panels with a carving machine took extra effort. What consumed the most time, however, was writing the slogans. She said it took 3 to 4 months to settle on the 4 messages he displayed, including, quote, "Only without the Communist Party can there be a new China. Freedom is not a gift, it must be reclaimed," end quote. Xi stressed he does not encourage others to copy him. He said that authorities will certainly tighten hotel controls after this, and that everyone should resist in the way they know best. That may be even more effective. Domestic experts say the U.S. federal appeals court's ruling that parts of President Donald Trump's tariff policy are unlawful will trigger a lengthy legal battle, but companies cannot afford to wait. Many have already prepared contingency measures to meet different regional demands. Since taking office, Trump has wielded tariffs aggressively against multiple countries, prompting them to send delegations to Washington. According to U.S. Treasury data, tariff revenues reached $152 billion by July, nearly double the $78 billion recorded in the same period last year. In August alone, tariffs generated more than $31 billion, the highest monthly figure on record. The surge comes as the federal appeals court ruled most of Trump's tariffs illegal. The administration appealed to the Supreme Court on September 3rd, requesting an expedited review. Franklin Templeton Securities Investment Consulting Senior Vice President Luo Yumei said it is difficult to predict how the Supreme Court will rule. She noted that the euro has become the most sought-after currency after the U.S. dollar. If France and Germany step forward, major U.S. and Taiwanese brands could build factories and list shares in Europe, reducing exposure to U.S. policy risks. But with the EU constrained by the Russia-Ukraine war and lacking strong financial leadership, she added, markets may have little choice but to keep watching Trump's every move over the next 3 years. She stated that for companies, the difficult thing now is that once many executive orders are issued, they may have to respond immediately. It's not really possible to wait for litigation to argue that he shouldn't be doing this, that it's illegal. And as for the companies and industries he is now targeting, will they truly endanger America's security? That is very hard to define. The Healthy Taiwan Promotion Committee reiterated its call for reducing refined sugar intake, targeting Taiwan's shaken drinks as a key focus area during its 5th meeting on Thursday. One of Taiwan's most iconic treats, sugary shaken drinks, is also a major contributing factor to obesity. The promotion of sugar-free beverages is heavily championed by committee nutrition expert and Taiwan Dietitian Association Executive Supervisor Guo Su-e. Guo welcomes initiatives to reduce prices on sugar-free drinks and encourage shaken drink shops to offer more, with the hope that consumers will gradually reduce their sugar intake. Still, sugar intake is just one factor the committee is tackling, alongside exercise and the promotion of Taiwan's biomedical industries. Committee physical activity expert and Taiwan Health Movement Alliance Vice Chairman Jian Wenren notes that health is an issue that transcends political affiliation. He suggests encouraging companies to sponsor and name trails as a part of encouraging people to make exercise a part of the regular routine. In terms of promoting and building up Taiwan's biomedical industries, Taiwan has power, but no known brand, as in semiconductors, according to committee advisor and dean of NTU College of Medicine Wu Mingxiang. He continues that the committee hopes that Taiwan's technology can be used worldwide, suggesting the health ministry provide incentives and accelerate industry investment and promotion. Thanks for joining me for the news. I'm Michelle Chang. Stay tuned for another 50 minutes of English language features brought to you by Radio Taiwan International.
You're tuning in to Radio Taiwan International, Taiwan's national broadcaster. Here at RTI, we have a range of entertaining and informative content for you to enjoy. You can find all of our content on our website at en.rti.org.tw. That's en.rti.org.tw for news, shows, and more. We're also on shortwave radio. If you're residing in South Asia, we broadcast from 1600 to 1700 UTC at 9405 kHz. From all of us here at RTI, we wish you a lovely day.